injury center. So they had a whole setup so they could test my punching power and everything.
Yeah.
So my brother was there. My brother was my trainer. So I was hitting the pads and stuff. I didn't know what was going on. I was hitting the pads and everything. So the guy that was doing it, he said, come here, look. He showed my skeleton on the monitor punching the pads. It showed the power and everything. So that shows that at that time, I say that was about 25, almost 30 years ago, and that technology exists then.
Yeah.
But it was the companies not actually focusing on stuff like that. Because that makes them like, we gotta push harder then. And they to them, someone like, even I heard the developers say, if we give y'all everything now, y'all not gonna buy our next edition of the game.
Yeah.
But my rebuttal to that was always like, people always gonna buy any version of a game you bring. Even if they make the creative boxer the most realistic thing ever, people gonna still buy it because, for one, they can't do the procedural animations or mocap.
Yeah.
They just gonna make it as close, so they're gonna want to buy the boxer that fights like with their technology that they have, that as realistic as possible.
Yeah.
But they still want to have it so they can create themselves or boxers that Steel City might not add.
Yeah, or be able to sign and stuff in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry about my camera being off, man. I had to charge my phone and stuff.
Yeah, that's okay. My final question: why is none of this in Undisputed?
Because
why hasn't SCI? Yeah.
No,
why hasn't SCI added the technology needed to make a real boxing simulation?
Because they don't have the talent to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna let you say your answer. Then I'm gonna give my answer.
Okay, no, I was gonna say, like, they don't have the talent to do it, man. They don't have the resources to do it, or they hadn't invested their money in the right resources to do it, man. I just think it's a lot of mismanagement going on there, man. Because like I said, if they got all that money like that from Riyadh season and the zone and stuff, and then you got the money coming in from the boxers and stuff and everything, man, there's no excuse for this game to be in the position that it is, man. It really ain't. This game should be miles ahead of like where it is or whatever. But it shows a valuable lesson to other companies that, like, if you're gonna make a boxing game, because I feel like when you decide to stand up in front of the boxing community and say you're gonna make a game that represents us or whatever, it needs to be damn good. You know what I mean? Because boxing people, because boxing fans take pride in playing a realistic representation of the sport, and this game doesn't do that. And though Fight Night might face the criticism and stuff that it does, it had everything in it that's needed in a boxing game, because in your career mode you pick fights. In your career mode you go to a different place and train. In those places you've got different training games that you do, and then you get to fight for the belt. They come out with the belt and stuff and everything. Joe and Teddy talk about how you did in your last performance and stuff and everything, man. It's just like the game is complete, but with Steel City, it's just they just don't have the they just dropped the ball on this, man. That's as simple as I can put it. They dropped the ball on this game.
Yeah. My thing is with Steel City, they got the money. Like when it come to I always, even though I shouldn't, always lump resources when people say resources, I always lump that with the money.
Yeah,
they got the money. And this another misconception that a lot of people got: Riyadh season really doesn't have like financial backing for this game. They didn't back this game for some strange reason, which is the craziest thing ever. You know, I keep saying, I said this a couple of shows ago. People think that Riyadh season is sponsoring this game. If they was, that means Steel City robbing them blind.
Yep.
But they're not. Because if Riyadh season was making this, I mean, they was invested in this game, they would have way more, a larger team. They will have everything they need. There's no excuse. But they don't. They have 3 investors from the UK.
Yeah.
So I think them 3 investors blocked Riyadh season from actually being that part of the team. I think Riyadh season is only promoting the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And
Yeah.
then there's another thing that I have a big, that bothers me the most about this company is they got Box Rec and they have all these CompuBox and all these things, all these companies that I helped get. Literally, I had them first, and I helped them get them, but they
Yeah.
never give me. All I wanted was a T-shirt. I said, "Give me a T-shirt or something." And that's
Yeah.
promised to put me in the game, but no. Poe talk too much. He can't be in the game.
Yeah, that's
That's what
terrible,
they
man.
decided. So, yeah, with the Riyadh season, the game would have been like the most, I think, the best game ever. But they pushed them out and settled with Play On Games and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Play On as the publishers, and Play On. I don't even think they got sports games in their on their what's it called. I meant to look that up, but I seen the games, their main games that they had, and none of them were sports games.
Yeah.
So why would you pick somebody for your publisher that's not trying to help improve your game?
Yeah.
Even within the family of players publishers, they didn't go to the one that deals with simulation games. They went with the other one.
Yeah.
That's another funny thing. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they would have went with if they would have went to the division that does actually simulations, you probably would have got a better offline mode at least.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or to a company that's familiar with making sports games and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why when Ash be saying that nonsense that he taught the EA and 2K, that's why I know. Come on, man, stop, man.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't believe that. I didn't even believe
that's
that.
That's a fail.
Yeah.
Because what you had in the beginning, you didn't need EA.
Yeah.
EA behind the scenes, EA, they were cheerleading them. They didn't have no EA or 2K conversations and stuff. So-called conversations. You were doing it on your own. You aimbot and whoever, I guess the guy that I keep forgetting his name, I keep hoping to not hoping, but supposed to have put his name out there. But he was part of the earlier team before COVID and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he doing all this realistic animations and all that. He was happy to work on the team, but for some reason, he left the team. And people got to realize this game started 3 times. I think he said 3 or 4 times. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that means somebody didn't agree with your vision 3 times. And you try to make it as close. And I think the 4th time is when Will came.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
But going back to the deflecting punches and catching punches, that was never in Fight Night Champion. What was the reason they never put that in it?
Oh, I know. They was gonna put it in a later game. Because when I was talking to Brian Hayes and some of the developers, because I used to be on them, I used to be drilling them. Sometimes late at night, because with them, that's another thing that I respect about Brian Hayes. They worked on the game late. They'd be at the studio late. I'm like, yo, man, you still at the studio? They're like, yeah, I'm working on the game. So they worked on the game. These jokers, for Steel City, they're taking vacation after vacation after vacation. And that's crazy. I'm like, this your first game, and most of your team is taking vacations.
Yeah.
That means they don't care about your product.
No, they don't.
I was like, yo, and I was looking at their packages that they had for like when they got hired. I was like, that's robbery. Whoever made up that package to hire people, they like straight up robbing them.
Yeah, they is.
and
But
Ash
yeah,
don't
but that,
see it.
but yo, that whole parry system, right? Like
Yeah,
what was this? Like, what was the whole reason? Cause that basically what puts champion in a hybrid game when he like pulling that whole feature out of it. Well, you said it was gonna come back if there was a champion 2, we would have got it then.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
hoping they'd make another one.
yeah.
But
They
but
they
what but
literally had it. Oh yeah, that's what I was building up to. They were actually Brizzle. He already told me exactly what Champion 2 is going to be. He was like, you could. He said in the next game you're going to be able to create your character for the story mode.
which we got in UFC
That's what
5.
yeah.
That's in UFC
Everything
5.
in UFC 5 is from. If
It's
you look at my
it's
wish
really
list,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like in
you look at
shock because like, oh my god, this was gonna be. I knew this would have been champion, man.
yeah. If you
Yeah,
look at
that
my
would have been
wish
amazing.
list, yeah, you go on my other website and look at my wish list. You could check off everything that UFC 5 got that was meant for Fight Night Champion and Fight Night Champion 2.
But
Really, it was for
but
Fight Night Champion. But they think
but
saying,
yo,
no, we're not adding all this in one game.
what? But I hope that's not the answer then because like going back to Undisputed, what's the driving force behind them not having a parry system in the game?
Yeah, for real, for real.
And I hope it's not because
It's
we can't put everything in the game because it just shows it's lacking the fundamentals, right? But
I think that's exactly what Will and somebody was saying. I think
Yeah,
they were saying we can't get them everything in the first game. Why not? You just build on it.
exactly, like if you don't give it to them, then when you do put it in, it's gonna have a bunch of bugs anyways.
Yeah. They already had us as game testers, so hey, keep it going.
you know what I'm saying?
Because another thing that I always bring up, we had clinching in the game. And from my conversation, they didn't want it in the game. Like when I talked to other developers, if they had it in the game, that means it took them about a week or 2 more to fix it. Whatever was wrong, they could have fixed it.
Right.
They didn't want it in the game. And then when they were saying with the referee in the game, the referee was in the ring. They didn't want the referee in the game.
Did you ever hear any of
They
the content creators ever make any mention that they don't want it in the game either? Like any of the
what?
main content creators for Undisputed.
Yeah, a couple of them. And I was like,
You heard
yo.
them?
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
there's
them
the
say, I
problem
was
right
like,
there too.
what'd you say?
That's the problem right there too. If they're
Yeah.
a major influencer of the game and they're saying they don't want it, then I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I heard Jay say it, and I heard other people say it. They said we don't need clinching in the game, and we don't need referees in the game. And I'm like, and it makes me mad because you're being outspoken for a sport that to me you're just becoming a fan of. No shade, but to me it's like you're just like really getting into boxing and stuff. But you're trying to make the sport what you want it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it be an option. I'm like I keep saying, if you don't want it, that should be an option.
Mm-hmm.
My contract system, that should be up in the game.
Yeah.
All right, we signed a contract. I mean, online, we make a contract that should be in the game that we're not going to use clinching. We're not going to use this. We're not going to use that. And then we're playing. But then you got to realize when you play esports and stuff like that, all these realistic things has to be in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people saying the game has to be a hybrid for esports. No, it don't. If it's realistic, it's going to be like real boxing at an esports tournament. It's a tournament. But they think everything got to be a fighting game to be in esports or online. And that's crazy.
Yo, one thing I never really heard too much about. So they sold approximately 1.5 million. How much profit do you think they made so far?
I think.
What I'm trying to figure. Well, hold on. Here's my thing. What I want to figure out is did they already pay off their loans and now they're playing, and now they have bank money, and they're not using it to actually do anything for the game for us, or the whole idea is we have to sit tight because they're investing it for the move it to a new engine. I don't know. But
They
I would
probably
like
they
to know.
probably investing that money. They probably investing that money for real, for real.
But that's crazy for them to make all that money. But my thing was, once they made that money, that 1 point, I mean, it's over $1 million and something dollars. They should have bought their publishing so they could be the only publisher for the game, which that means money falls right back into your lap.
Yep.
Then you pay off the investors. Now you don't got to worry about these people. But their thing is they still get money from the investors, plus you got money.
So
that
how much
means-
do you think it costs to develop the game?
I think the way the game is now, I think about probably about $5 million.
Yeah.
About $5 million.
So, but then they made their money and more, man.
But the investors, even with the investors, and even if they paid the investors back and they paid the boxes and everything, they still should have a lot of money. But you know what they did? They got 2 studios, they got the facility in Las Vegas. Then they got all these people in the studio that's not really doing their job that they're going to fire once they get Unreal Engine. So I'm like,
well, yeah,
you're wasting.
Based on the development and how much they brought, I figured they made $188 million profit.
Man.
That's what I was looking at. That's what I was looking at too.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's what I'm estimating then. This based off the $5 million tagline you said for the development cost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's
then
pretty wild.
Then when I looked it up, they saying that for I forgot what I was looking at, but it said like it cut that down to like if they made 100 million, they probably made like 55 to 70 million. But that's still a lot of money.
Damn.
I haven't even factor in the DLC money yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you know DLC sold a lot of copies too and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think
this is what they gave us, man. Look,
Yeah.
no servers, man. No servers.
I bet you Will Clinton driving around a Ferrari or Maybach.
Yeah, they all made it, man.
Yes.
They all made it. And they don't talk to nobody. They're hiding. They don't talk to nobody, man. They have everybody in the Discord brainwashed. Just to kind of, they think that's the oh man.
Yeah, that's why I left. That's why I left the Discord. That's why I left that Discord, because when I left that Discord, I was like, man, they not listening to nobody in here, man. I'm finna go ahead and dip out and stuff, because there's no point. There's no point in being in there. You know what I mean? There's no point in trying to talk to them or trying to get them to implement stuff, because sometimes, man, people's mind is just stuck on what it is, and they're just gonna do what it is that they want to do with their game and their product. Like you can make all the suggestions you want to the game stuff, but they gonna do, you know, what they want to do. Like that, it's kind of like the prisoners running the prison. You know what I'm saying? and telling the guards what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really crazy, like how they are. That's why when Undisputed 2 comes out, no matter if Undisputed 2 is a great game at its core, bro, it's still not gonna sell, because you can't trust them at their word for what they previously did to you. It's like an abusive relationship. It's like if you're dating somebody and the guy says, hey babe, I'm sorry about you know, snatching your hair out your head last night. I ain't gonna do it no more. But then she'd be like, okay, and then he come back the next night and snatch her hair out again. Well, I thought you said you weren't gonna do it. Oh, I lied. Well, that's the same thing that Undisputed did. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how they do it. And that's why they in the shape that they are now, because of how they did the community. Like I said, man, there's bad karma in there for that, man. Like I said, no matter how good this next game is, it's not gonna sell, because you can't trust them at their word.
And you know what pissed me too, man? That game, Undisputed 2, the earliest you're gonna get is maybe 2028.
Yep.
So if I'm right in terms of that timeline from now, no, okay, I said 3 years from now. 2020. Okay, 2028 the earliest, most likely 2029.
Yeah.
So from here until 2028, you're not gonna. What are you gonna give us? You're not gonna give us any real impactful punches.
Yeah.
You're not giving us any new modes. Nothing. You're not. You have no plans to implement friggin' servers. You know what I mean? Like, so what's left then?
Yeah,
I think they're gonna break the game more. I think in that time period they're gonna break the game more.
Yep.
I don't see how they're gonna recover.
You know what? You know what, Poe? I think what I see coming down the pike, bro. I think people just gonna stop playing this game and it's gonna die.
Yeah.
I really do.
Because you got too many games coming out too. You got what's that? What's the game that's coming out that's real popular? Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Don't let Fight Night. I mean, not Fight Night. Dad, going. Don't let Fallout 5 come out before they. Man, that's my time right there. I'm a boxing fan, but that's my time.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that game's probably gonna. This Undisputed game probably gonna die out, man. I think it's gonna hit his little run, hit his stride, and that's gonna be it. Even from the content creators, because they can't do no more than what they doing with the game and stuff and everything. They're just making the same videos over and over again. There's nothing new. There's nothing new in the game and stuff. So I think that I think it's pretty much all downhill from here. But they did it to themselves, Poe. They did it to themselves, man. Because like I said, everybody tried to tell them what to fix in the game. And y'all didn't want to listen. That's my mom always said, Joe. My mom always said that a hard head make a soft ass. So that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to him, bro. They did it to themselves.
I remember too. They're giving the content creators free copies.
Yeah.
They give the content creator champion. You got it too? Fuck it.
Yeah.
They didn't give me no free copy. They said you gonna pay for this. Man,
yeah. My thing, I thought I was gonna get all the DLC for free too.
Yeah,
but I probably got some of the first DLC for free, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but my thing is when the Saudis buy EA, is they gonna bring EA champion back?
I hope they do. I hope they do, man.
And if they bring the Fight Night series back under the Saudis, and I don't know if Turkey Al-Sheikh is a part of that form of the because they got different sects over there.
Yeah,
I don't know if he is part of that group, but if he do, Turkey gonna find a way. Oh, y'all didn't want me to be a part of that? All right, I got y'all. And he's gonna make the game like top notch.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's already got the game that he's making with the guy that made Street Fighter.
Yeah, with Capcom. Yeah,
with Bips.
Yeah, Bips. I mean Dips.
Yeah, it's going. Like I said, I think they'll bring back Fight Night though, man. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll bring it back, and it's gonna be way better than what they're gonna see what Undisputed did wrong. They're gonna capitalize on everything that Undisputed did wrong or whatever. Because in any situation like that, you're supposed to model yourself after the predecessor of what came before. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to do what the predecessor did, but do it better. College football 25. College football 25 set the precedent for college football 26. 2K25 for 26. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you always follow what greatness does, man. And they didn't do that because they wanted to be hard-headed. They wanted to say, well, we don't need no help making our game. We're gonna put this game together with our 5 developers and stuff. And now look at your 5 developers then got you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how they treated you, folks. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how they treated you and stuff and everything, man. It's bad karma for doing good people wrong, bro. I don't care what you say. Real day coming too. His day coming too, man. It's bad karma for doing people wrong, bro. You can't escape that. You can run from every other thing in life. You can run from money. You can run from problems, but you can't run from what you do to other people and how you treat people. And by people, I mean the community and stuff and everything. Cause taking people money like that, because there ain't no telling. Some people probably put their last dollar in the buying the game and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They could have been doing something else. So it's bad priorities now. But I get it. But I'm saying, but they took their last and they bought the game, but it's like when you're selling people something for $87, $90, and then you want to use the excuse that, oh, we're a first-time studio. Well, that's not no first-time price you charging me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's crazy how they do, bro. Like I said, that game, but it's gonna die out, though, bro. They ain't gonna be around long.
I think so too.
They'll be putting out.
Well, you know what?
What's up?
Since they did the record reset, I was for the record reset, and then after they reset all the records, I played one game, and I don't feel like playing anymore. Like I'm just taking like a little break. I don't feel the urgency because the online mode has nothing to it, anyways, man. It's just
same thing.
There's no. I did it already, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it's the same.
There's so much they could have did. It's so much they could have did with online and offline. Like online,
they didn't give us a season mode yet, man. It's still in season 0. It's the biggest. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We could have had gyms online gyms and stuff like that.
Yep.
We could have had manager mode.
Yeah.
When I was helping EA, we had manager modes for ourselves. We managing certain fighters.
Yeah.
I mean certain people in the community. They was building that up.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if they could have implemented that. Yeah. And a lot of people used to say, like, far as the developers, still like, Poe, you have too many ideas. They said you like your ideas, like, second to none.
Yeah. That's called passion. That's called passion and caring about detail, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's called, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a compliment, man. You know what I mean? That's having too many ideas and stuff. And that's a great thing, man, because Poe, I feel like, speaking on your character and your personality for a minute, thank you for doing this podcast and stuff. The thing about it is, bro, is that if you get with the right company that want to make a correct boxing game, bro, and they listen to your ideas and how you do things, bro, it ain't no stopping that, man. It ain't no stopping it because by your operation standard alone, bro, that game ain't gonna fail because it's gonna meet the standard. There's a standard there. With SCI, there's no standard. You want to know why there's no standard? Because there's no leader at their company. There's nobody putting their foot down and saying that this is the ironclad standard of who we are as a company, and I'm not gonna settle for less or whatever. There's people that's afraid to step on other people's toes. There's people that's afraid to start arguing. But in order to be great, and I can't reiterate this enough, in order to be great, you have to be willing to face confrontation. Because if you can't get past confrontation, you're not going to be great. You're not going to do it. There's no way you can do that because every day you come out here, you either get better or you get worse, but you're not going to stay the same. But it all revolves around how you think, because how you think is going to determine the mental intensity and the mental stability that you develop with, that you play with and sustain with day in and day out, because without it, you cannot improve. And you have to have the leadership to assert yourself to a standard that you want to get. That's what that is. Yeah. And they don't work like that. So whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's whatever. I don't get it. It's stupid.
All right. You got anything you want to add, AJ Pax?
Yeah, one last thing. Just going way back, we were talking about expensive and the expenses they have for like in-house development and stuff, right?
Yeah.
One of the things I was watching a video today. They have all these tools they use, and when you listen to the presentation they gave in 2023, I think it was SFA presentation. They had Ash spoke and their head developer, what's his name? Bruins? Something his name has Bruins in it or something.
Aimbot.
That's Aimbot then. Okay, so when I listened to that, he talked about all the tools they created in-house, and he showed all the tools and how this will cut down production time by 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, all this kind of shit. Cutting out by 6 days, all that kind of stuff. So when I saw that, and one of the tools he showed off was how they changed the global stats in the game for balancing.
Yeah.
He showed the tool in the video. And he's saying this is gonna cut down so much time and stuff. I said, okay, if that's the case, how come anytime they have to do a balancing update, they have to release it with DLC every 2 months or every 3 months? This is something I thought in my head it could be done so quickly. They could do balancing updates. You don't have to. It could be just quick little hot fix updates, but it shouldn't have to take 2 months. Then if you have these tools in the back, they showed it. They showed it at the presentation.
Yeah, but the thing with me is for a project this big, this is actually a big project. Aimbot shouldn't have been the coder. I think it should have been 2 coders, 2 or 3 coders, 2 people working together. But he coded the whole game himself.
That's so okay. And, so that guy's name is what's his name? Ethan Bruins.
Yeah, Ethan Bruins, aimbot.
That's him. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he had respect for me because he was trying to, like, when I say certain things, he was trying to do it.
Yeah.
But he had another voice in his ear that said, "Nah, you don't need to do that." And you know what the other voice was. But it's like, and it's crazy that, you know, they like had a $1 billion concept, $1 billion game that didn't live up to its potential.
Yeah.
So where does he fit in now in terms of once they go to Unreal Engine? Would he still be like that? Would he still be like the head developer at that point, or they have to shift gears then?
I think he's gonna have to either learn or they're gonna give him another position because it seemed like they in love with him being on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You think you could get him on the show?
Nah.
Never.
None of them want
because that's the guy. Because that's the guy to ask. When are we gonna get a parry system?
Yeah.
And if we could ask him that, then and if he says no, so well, why can't we? Like, who has to give you the information? You know what I mean? For you to give us that, like, to know that that's what the community wants.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. On LinkedIn, I think it was last week. Developers starting to talk more and more. Like when they see my post that I put up on LinkedIn,
right?
I put a lot of my blogs on LinkedIn now. I do articles and stuff instead of just posting regular stuff. Now they're starting to communicate more. So this guy was like, you know, asking me, why do you think that a realistic boxing game will sell and why an arcade game will not sell? I said, do you see an arcade game really out there, like arcade game? And he was thinking about it. He said, no, you're right. So I'm getting all these people. Then comes to with EA, I had a couple of EA developers that wanted to be on the show. But when they find out who it is, they're like, oh, no, you can't be on the team. I mean, be on the show. Because they know that I will get more information than what they supposed to give to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do it all the time. People be telling me their life story and stuff. That used to be funny to me. But that's what they knew how I was. So they were like, nah. Because he kept communicating with me because I was like, what's going on? He said, yo, they got to see your content and see what you're about and everything like that. Then he said, they saw who it was, and then they like backed off.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Because I wanted a couple of like the old Steel City developers that's no longer there. I was trying to get interviewed with them, but their thing is we don't want to mess up our image with the industry. Because we get on your show and we're talking bad about a company, then they're gonna say, what are you gonna do when you come to our company? Because I was trying to get Steve's on the show. He said, not right now, Paul. It's not good, especially when he don't have a job. Steel City got rid of him. So he's like, not right now, Paul. Because I was like, come on the show, tell your story. Tell us what happened, why they got rid of you. And he's like, not right now, Paul. I'm still trying to get myself together. He said, after I get a job and stuff like that, maybe. But with the industry, it's just like being a doctor or a police officer. They all stick together.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. I said, you sure that they all stick together? Because I'm pretty sure that EA and 2K used to be getting at it. They used to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said under the hood, they're not really going after each other.
Yeah, I don't get how they could work in a company like that they know are manipulating people and doing the general public like that. My heart wouldn't sit right in that situation, bro. I couldn't
Yeah,
live like that. I
that's
couldn't do that.
iron.
I don't care how much
Yeah,
money I'm making, bro, because money don't vouch for character, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. And because your attitude will take you places where your character can't keep you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And it's like that with them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I couldn't stay in that place like that. I couldn't work for Steel City, man, because everybody there, to me, and I don't work there, but to me, everybody there is in denial. I think they all know the truth, but they don't want to face it. That's what I think, bro.
yeah. Oh man, Joker said, Mike Adams, why you talking? He's still talking about DLC. You
Yeah.
mean when people be talking about they want more DLC and stuff like that? Why? The boxes don't fight
Why? You
like
know what I'm
them.
saying? Like, why? It's still the same game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if the game is
it's still
broke.
the same game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man. Well to me, in my opinion, I wouldn't
Yeah,
want that. I wouldn't want that or whatever.
yeah. My humble opinion, I don't think it's a good idea to keep asking for DLC
Yeah,
because
I don't
Yeah,
think
their
yeah.
thing to me is to have a fixed game, not
yeah,
DLC. You put characters in a broken game.
You know, it's so
Um,
disgusting, man. When you play
it is.
UFCs, obviously UFC 5 has servers, man. But I was playing somebody, and you could see the milliseconds. It said before the game started, it was like about 210 milliseconds. And when we played that game, there was no ghost punches, nothing. The game played
yeah,
slower tempo because of the lag, but there was
yeah,
no ghost punching. I haven't had a frigging game in UFC 5 where I experienced any ghost punching or anything not registered. It's amazing. I can't believe this. I've been playing Undisputed so long.
Yeah,
I just accepted it, or this kind of, you're in that bubble. You know what I mean? You're in that
hmm
bubble playing it, and I just accept it. And then when I saw UFC 5 do it, I was like, what the fuck is this, man? How long have I been hypnotized by this bullshit?
yeah,
yeah. But
Horrible.
but
Yo,
with
the Undisputed, the online experience is on a 10 scale, it's a friggin' 3.
yep,
That's how bad the game is, man. It's
yeah, it
really
is.
and
bad,
you
man.
being generous, and you being generous.
Yeah,
I'm being generous because I keep on giving them DLC money.
yeah,
My
yeah,
thing is, oh yeah, EA they own their online. Now they're Amazon. They teamed up with Amazon for some strange reason. I
mm,
never thought EA like giving up money like that because EA they when it comes to stuff they try to own as much as they can.
yeah,
But they own the engine. In all their games, they own the engine.
Yeah. So and they own the online, and I think some of their games was peer to peer. I don't know if all their games, but I know some of their games were peer to peer. So that excuse that it's just that Steel City they didn't invest in the right things. They should have invested in the servers. Their
yep,
thing they keep trying to find a workaround. You can't find a workaround. You keep spending, and for one, no shade or nobody, but that content creator money that they spent and them tickets and all that, that should have been for more developers and more hardware for your game.
you get what I'm saying? It made no sense to
The mo-
have
hey,
one.
the money they saved from not giving the community service, that went in their pockets. That's their bonuses right there.
Yep.
Yeah. I
It
wonder
never
who really pocket that.
it never made sense to me. It never made sense to me for them to have that tournament that they did that time, when they're playing a flawed game. Like
Yeah.
like
It
like
was
like
last
no
minute
matter
too.
no matter who knocks out who in this game, y'all are still playing the same game that the public is
Yup.
playing. That's got desync and stuff. That's why they invited them in there so that they could play like on the same network and stuff, so it wouldn't be desyncing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why they did
Yeah.
that and stuff. And
Yeah.
they didn't fool me with that, man. They didn't fool me. They didn't fool me. But I was more mad, and I told Paul about this on my broadcast. I was more mad that they went in there with Asher Beeb in the same room and shit the bed talking to him.
Yep.
That's what
that
I'm
was
mad about. Because I'm gonna tell
Yo,
you now.
case in point. Case in point, a couple weeks ago, I saw this. One of their content creators that was at that meeting was it King Diaz. I went through all the different versions of that Vegas meeting, and I didn't hear him say too much. But then I saw him drop a video this week or last week, and he's ranting. He's ranting about something broken in the game, which is about the loose foot movement, which has always been the case. He was at that meeting. He never said a shit about it. He never said it with that kind of gusto that he's saying in his videos now. Nobody came there to talk like that.
Yeah, but I say
everybody,
people that went to that event.
Go ahead.
The people that went to that event, like how many? I think was 7, 8 people.
10.
Or that's
10.
I say about 7 of the people were arcade fans because the things they're talking about is super arcade. What are you talking about that for?
Yeah.
Like Diaz, from my perspective, I might be wrong. He's an arcade boxing fan. Especially when I see the games and stuff that he play.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't really want this game to change or be better. Like I game you watch, he's like, I say like in the middle, leaning more towards arcade.
Yeah.
And that's what satisfies the creators, man. That they want that they're satisfied they got the arcade. And that's realistically that's what's going on. If the chosen 10 were more vocal about a simple thing, okay, where's the parry system? But then again, none of them would be there. They know the script. They know the script.
Yeah, they knew who to pick to be on the team.
Yeah, they didn't.
Now they got,
like I said. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, if they would have, they could have messed around and made me a content creator for that game, man. Because I would have went in there with the full intention to expose everything. Because I would have sat right beside Ash on the couch and asked him a question. I'd have been like, bro, look, man, you done put this game out in front of everybody. So I'm gonna need you to look into this camera right here, because I am posting this. I need you to tell me why y'all decided to put out this unfinished and broken game to the American public, to the world public. Why did y'all put this out and deceive the people like that with these deceptive commercials and this false advertising about what this game is or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't answer it. He probably couldn't answer it or whatever, bro. Like I said, man, everybody up there kissing ass and stuff, man. Sometimes you gotta put the fire to people, man. You gotta stop playing around, put the fire to people. They know what they doing and stuff. People work hard for their money nowadays and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
And the pricing was ruthless.
Yeah,
ruthless pricing too for this for a game this unfinished.
Hell yeah!
And the DLC, they had to drop the DLC prices.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, hey, when the DLC came out this time, the Pac-Man DLC when it came out, it was already discounted this time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was already discounted, and I bought it. I bought it one time because I saw my paying full price for it. No way.
Yeah, that's a strategic move. Now, to me, they like Pacquiao like was the pinnacle right now. Now their next DLC they drop probably in December. They gotta have Tyson for it to sell a little bit.
Yeah,
but I don't think nobody's gonna really buy it.
No, ain't nobody.
I can't.
You said Tyson? What, Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
If that comes out, people they're gonna come. Trust me. Everyone's gonna come flying, man. 100%. If they just had Tyson alone by himself, it would sell.
Yeah, and that's a stupid thing that they're not doing. Even though I'm against a lot of certain practices, they should give individuals, like Pacquiao by himself and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
But their thing is they trying to sell packages to sell these other boxes so they could pay them. But my thing is, give people options. A lot of people gonna buy the packs. For some strange reason, people like buying packs and stuff.
Yeah, you know what's one thing, man, that why I don't really care too much about the DLC? One good thing was they brought the Creative Fighter. So It's not fully scaled, but the point is now I have a creative fire. I couldn't give a shit about the DLC. I can just make my own boxers because really I just want to play it online. You know what I mean? I'm playing online with my creative boxer kind of thing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
That satisfies me in that respect that I don't have to have the DLC when it just comes out at full price. I couldn't give a shit now.
Yeah.
All right, so before I close out the show, do y'all got any last words y'all want to say?
Well, I just want to tell the American public, be careful about how you treat people, because, like a lot of that stuff comes back on you and everything. And, so I just want to say thank you, Poe, to, you for, inviting me on, the pod and everything. I know I said I was going to be here and everything, with some stuff that came up last time and everything, but thank you for taking time out to, put on and everything, man. I really appreciate it, man. Keep doing what you're doing too, Poe, man. I just want to give you a word of encouragement, man, because like I said, bro, a lot of times it seems like, a lot of people go against you when you're doing right in life, man. And it's going to be like that, because doing the right thing in life, man, require you to have a heart of steel. You can't have no soft skin doing right. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause my dad always said, God rest his soul. He said, if you see yourself doing right, son, you're going to do right. So, like I said, keep doing right out here, man. And, so like I said, I believe in you, man. And thank you for your work ethic. Thank you for giving the boxing community a place to come and be heard, to make themselves seen and be felt and stuff and everything. And also, AJ, man, I don't know if anybody told you, bro, but you look like David Benavidez, if anybody ever told you. So,
No.
I
haven't got that one yet.
You do look like him, though. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But just thank you, Poe, man. And, God bless you, man. And God bless everybody out there watching, man. Thank you for your
Thanks,
love.
man. Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, you good, man.
Really
I got you,
appreciate
bro.
you coming through.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Darnell, what's your YouTube again?
I'm on Twitch and on Kick, man. It's Don D. It's Don D 205. You'll see like a Thanos gauntlet or whatever. It's like a Thanos gauntlet for like my logo and shit.
Is it capital
Don D 205?
Okay. Yeah, it's all together.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's me. Like I said, man, watching me, it's a little bit different of a stream, man. There's a lot of energy in there now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because Poe, I be listening to Sinatra and some more shit, don't he? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming through. AJ, I'm glad you came on the show today. I thought you and Leafy abandoned me. I said this hour show. It's not
no. I misunderstood what's happening. When I was when I read your message on Discord, I thought you were having like a guest today. So I said okay. So I didn't think it was I thought it was just a one-on-one kind of thing today.
Oh no. Yeah, it's our show. This is your show too. Don, it's everybody's show. It's not a post show. It's just that I made the show, but it's our show. I'm trying to get as many people on the show as possible so they can get their voice heard. Because when you type in text, you're not really heard, because a whole wall can block out what you just said.
Yeah.
So 100%. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, AJ, for showing up. Poe about to go get him something to eat. I ain't eat in probably 20 hours. So I'm about to go eat something and enjoy the rest of my day. But I'm gonna be back online on my blogs. Yeah, check out my blogs, everybody. Read them. I'm telling you, you'll get a lot of information from them.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get developers. They starting to really pay attention to my blogs, because I found out a way, make them as newsletters. When you make it as newsletters, they hit more developers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know who watching my reading my newsletters and stuff. So, I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for coming through. I might have a week. I try not to do the Wednesday shows, because then when I get to Sunday, I don't want it to sound like I'm on repeat.
Yeah,
so,
I feel you.
If something exciting happened during the week, all right, I'll do a Wednesday show. But other than that, it's still gonna be our Sunday shows at 3. And until the next show, peace.
Yeah, man. Take care, bro. God bless y'all, man.
All right.
All right, man.